We're on our way to the city of Tarlac in the Philippines to meet Joyce.
Hello, I'm Joyce from Balakbayan. I'm in province right now, but I will go back to the city when the pandemic is over, because I'm studying there. March 3 was started our sem break, and things that keeps me busy today, this past few days, reading books, practicing yoga, writing novel fiction, and poems. I started writing novel fiction when I was grade 7, and before, when I was young, I'm writing stories on my notebook, and every time I feel sad, I'm reading it again and again until I feel better. Last year, I discovered yoga, and it really helped me to become myself. I always use it to meditate myself. So every time I feel stressed, I'm just grabbing my yoga mat and do some asanas, yoga poses. I'm so thankful that I discovered yoga because it helps me to learn to love myself and So I also started writing poems last year because of the poetry book. Because of the poetry book I read, so it influenced me to try to write my own poems too, so I can express my feelings. My dream job is to work in cruise because I want to travel around the world. That's the reason why I took Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management. I also want to work in hotels and to be a tour guide. I want to be a published author. I hope someday I can finally hold the physical book, the novels I wrote. Since I'm practicing yoga, I'm following some yoga teachers on my Instagram account. And they really inspire me to be a yoga teacher too. I want to be a yoga teacher someday to help people meditate themselves, especially my fellow Filipinos, because it's really important to give time for yourself, to meditate yourself. I'm teaching my friends some yoga poses, so every time they feel stressed, they will just do some asanas, because it's really helped me. Yoga helped me a lot. I learned to love myself because of it. I'm watching some TED Talks and listening to podcasts. I think, how does it feel to stood up in that stage, talk about life, inspiring people, and help them to make a decision? I want to be a life coach too. I have a lot of dreams, but my ultimate dream job is to work in cruise. I hope someday I can work there. So I want to try aerial yoga next year. I hope I can go to the studio next year because it's so hard to go to the studio right now since there's a pandemic. Our health is important. I saw on Instagram some photos of yogis that doing aerial yoga and I want to try it too because they look so sexy. I hope next year I can try aerial yoga. I also want to try photography. Actually, I want to have a photographer boyfriend, but if I can't have, I will be my own photographer. So I want to try photography next year. I want to try to travel alone too next year. I hope this pandemic will over so I can travel alone. I want to travel alone so I can enjoy tourist destination by myself. I want to be an independent, so I want to try travel alone because it looks fun. I want to travel by myself. So that's the 3 things I want to try next year. I want to do aerial yoga. I want to try photography. And I want to travel alone. The craziest thing I've done before was to buy a ticket for marriage good to marry my crush, the guy who doesn't even like me. And I think I won't do that again. I won't waste my time to the person who doesn't even see my worth. Chan is a transferee, and there's a lot of girls who like him. So, yeah, I also like him because he's handsome. But actually, I have an ultimate crush. Since I was grade 7, I like him. But I have no courage to invite him and say, let's marry. Yeah, I have no courage. I feel shy. So I just listed Chan. Kyle is member of SSG officer. He's an officer, so he was there in the marriage booth venue. He was listing names of grooms and brides. But when it was our turn, they can't find John. So they asked me if I want to change my partner. So my friends told me that just list Kyle. So yeah, just marry him instead. I agree with them. We stood up and we are ready to walk, but suddenly John arrived and said, "I'm sorry, I'm late." So they asked me again, "Do you want to go back to the person that you listed, or we will continue with Kyle?" I like I like Kyle so much, so I feel shy. Yeah, my heart beat so fast that time. I can't even look at him. So I just said, I will I will go to Chan. Yeah, I will marry Chan instead. So yeah, that's a happy memory too. But I think I won't do that again. So I think the last time I got attracted to someone was when I was grade 7. There's a guy I really like. He has a captivating eyes, and I think that's the reason why I like him so much. Because my dad has long and thick eyelashes. I like him when I was grade 7 until grade 11. But even I'm in college, last year I still like him. And I hate myself for being so in love with him because he's not healthy for me. He made me feel like I'm not worth it. He's the reason why I compared myself to others. Like, for example, he has a girlfriend and I'm asking myself, like, maybe he doesn't like me because I'm not pretty as her. So I'm thankful because I don't like him anymore. I learned to love myself and I stopped visiting his account because I don't want to be I want to stop liking him. I'm listening to podcasts about how to stop liking someone and it really helped me. But I'm not blaming him for that. He's a good man, but I think it's just like he doesn't like me and he's not I'm not his type. I didn't let anyone to court me before because I like him. If I like someone, I won't let anyone to get my attention. That's so I'm thankful because I don't like him anymore and I'm in love with myself. I know I'm worth it and I know that there's someone that will love me. I'm single and I'm happy because some people think that if you have no boyfriends, you are lonely. That's not true. I'm busy completing myself, loving myself, and fulfilling my dreams, so boyfriend is not included in my priorities right now. People should not think that if you have no boyfriend, you are lonely, because that's not true. I'm happy. I can do whatever I want without someone's controlling me. I can wear whatever I want. So I hope we will normalize being single. I'm happy even I have no boyfriend and I want to focus on myself. So I hope people will stop asking why you are single. All of us have different perception and priorities. So boyfriend is not my priority. Before, I'm the only one who doesn't have boyfriend in my friends. So whenever we have get together, sometimes their boyfriends going with them. Like why they need to go to, because it's so awkward. Like it's our get together, so why their boyfriend was there? So it's awkward. Some people prefer to spend time for themselves, to love themselves first before entering in a relationship. So let's respect each other. So there's someone who freaked me out. He's my batchmate, and he said he liked me before when I was grade 7. So I thought he's not serious. I thought he's just playing. But his cousin told me that he's serious, and until now, before when I was first year college, I'm chatting with him. So until that time, he's still single because he's waiting for me. I thank him for that because he appreciates me. He see my worth, so I thank him for that. But it creeped me out when he said that he wants to marry me. Like I already told him that I don't like him and I can't love him back. So I offered that I think we should be friends. So he's a good man, so I want to be his friend. But I think he doesn't want me to be his friend. So he told me before that I want to marry you, I will wait you. So I feel so uncomfortable that time. I stopped talking with him. I don't know, but it creeped me out. I feel so uncomfortable, and I don't want to talk with him anymore. But right now, I think he already found his girl, the girl who will love him. So I'm happy for him because he already found his girl. Yeah, but I'm thankful because he likes me before, he admires me, he appreciates my work, he appreciates me. So I'm thankful for that. But it creeped me out when he said that he wants to marry me. He will wait me. When I was young, my dad wants me to be a nurse to treat our neighborhood because he's a barangay chairman before. But as I grew up, I realized that I don't want to be a nurse. I can't see myself working in a hospital. It's weird, but every time I'm in hospital, I feel sad. I don't know why. Instead of treating our neighborhood, I will just inspire people through my words. That's the reason why I'm writing novels and poems. Because mental health is important too. I feel sorry to my dad because I didn't took the course he wants me to take. But I know he will understand it. I can't see myself working in a hospital. I can't be a nurse. I don't want to be a nurse. That's my dream before when I was young. But now I don't want to be a nurse. I want to work in cruise and travel. We should follow what we want. We shouldn't let someone to dictate us what we should do. Even that's our parents. Even your father wants you to be a nurse. If you don't want it, you shouldn't. Because your happiness matters. I know my dad will understand it. I didn't grant his wish, but he will be happy if he will see me that I'm enjoying to my work, even I didn't follow what he wants. If I can snap my finger and make them understand, I want them to understand that we should love ourselves. You should accept your flaws. You should put yourself as your first priority. Because it's so easy to say that we love ourselves, but in reality, we don't. If you love yourself, why you keep comparing yourself to others? Why you keep thinking that I hope I have beautiful body as her. I hope I'm intelligent as her. It's so hard to love ourselves. It's easy to say that we love ourselves, but we don't. I can't say that I completely love myself because I'm still in the process. I have a long way to go, but I know it will be worth it. Some people think that we should love others. We should have a boyfriend to complete us. But in reality is, we should give time for ourselves first before loving someone. That's the reason why you say, I can't live without you. No, you can live even you have no boyfriend, even you have no girlfriend. Because you are whole. You should build yourself first before giving time to others. Loving yourself is not being a selfish. We should understand that it's important to love ourselves, to accept our flaws. If I can snap my finger and make the world understand, that's the thing I want them to understand. Love yourself. I think this is the best opportunity to inspire people, especially those people who are dealing with pimples too, like me. So I'm dealing with pimples before and until now, but I still have breakouts, but it's not worse than before. It's so hard to build the confidence if you have pimples because you think like you're ugly because of the pimples on your face, but while I'm learning to love myself, I realized that pimples is just pimples. It won't make us ugly. The person you see in the mirror is still you, even you have pimples, pimple marks. So we shouldn't think that just because we have pimples on face, we are not pretty anymore, because that's not true. You are still gorgeous, so you should start loving yourself and change your mindset. So before, I'm not taking a photo without filter and editing my photos, but I stopped using it because I feel like I'm not being real. I'm not being me. I started to build my confidence and I don't care if I have pimples on my photos because I know pimples won't make me ugly. I'm still me, and there's nothing wrong with having pimples, so don't be so harsh to yourself. I like the most about myself is my mindset because when I started to love myself, I become unbothered. I don't care if people will judge me and say negative things about me because I know that I can control their mind. I can finally wear the clothes I want without thinking others' perception of me. So, I like the most about myself is my mindset. Actually, I'm an introvert, that's why I'm not the kind of person who approach first. But I'm friendly. Once you talk to me and we have similarities, I think we will end up being friends because I like having new friends. I rarely meet or talk to my friends, but I think even there's no communication, the friendship will still remain. So I have this Korean friend. I met her when I was grade 11. We are communicating through social media. And I thought our friendship won't last long because we didn't talk for almost 1 year. So I'm happy when she chatted me that she forgot her password and she can't open her account. That's why she can't talk to me. I think that's cute. Even there's no communication, the friendship will still remain if you really value that friendship. All of us deserves at least one loyal friend, so if you have true friend, you're lucky because it's so hard to find real friend. I value the most in friendship is trust because it's so hard to trust someone to say your secret without worrying that they might spill it to others. I hope they won't break my trust. I think I'm passionate about writing. I was grade 5 when I started writing stories. Every time I feel sad, I'm writing on my notebook and I'm reading it again and again until I feel better. I love writing so much. Before I stopped writing because I feel like I'm just wasting my time, but I always find myself writing again because I feel like I'm not complete if I stop writing. So I think even I get old, I'm still a novel fiction writer. Maybe someday I will stop practicing yoga, but I won't stop writing because I really love it. I like inspiring people, make a main character that can comfort my readers. My dream was to be a writer, and when I was young, I'm writing stories. So I think if I'm not passionate about writing, I'm not a writer right now. If I didn't love writing stories, I'm not a novel fiction writer today. I love writing so much, so I think it's my best friend because whenever I feel sad, I'm always writing to feel better. It's my other way of escaping the reality. I want to write every time I feel sad. Whenever I'm happy, I want to write. So I think I'm passionate about writing. So I will read some poems that I wrote. We have knife on our mouth, and every offensive words we utter, it's sinking in someone's heart. Our eyes and mind conspire, judging blindly without knowing the accuracy. We are beautiful in our own way. Cliché, but that's the reality. We don't need to be fit in definition of beauty in our society. Most people can't identify what happiness is. It's not an event where you can only experience once a month or twice a year. You should feel it every day. How can that happen? Appreciate every little things. The wind kissing every inch of your skin, the book you are holding, yourself who keeps fighting. I made mistake yesterday, and that's still me, but different today. I cried whole night, then laughed at daylight. Your eyes I love the most. I like how it sparks whenever you see her. I'm holding my pen and diary while smiling secretly, wishing it was me. You gave me butterflies in my stomach. You are the reason why I felt I'm sinking knife on my chest, pitying myself, wishing to be someone else. I feel sober without drinking anything. I miss your lips. When will I taste it again? I want to feel your arms around my waist, cry on your chest, and hear you say everything will be okay as long as I have you. But what should I do? I already lose you. Your lips became stranger. I can feel the sensation I longing for weeks. Before you even say the words I'm afraid to hear, I embraced you as warm liquid touched my skin. If the other term of I love you is let you go, I will. Love a quote, my grandpa said. She will give you written poems with a kiss mark on it instead of expensive gift. Here I am, lying on her bed, looking at her smile as she writes a poem about how we met. Poor heart, she's been scattered for so many times. If only she'd listen to me. She doesn't need to fix herself desperately. She's doing a good deed. People love her because of it. She made a mistake. Their perception of her changed. She was left behind. God, you are the only one who stays beside me. We are two. You and who? Look in the mirror and you will know. Be the person who will give positive vibes, not the toxic one who will make people regret that they stayed by her side. She has attractive lips, not because of its shape. Every word she spills can encourage others. She has captivating eyes, not because of its long and thick eyelashes. You can see nothing but sincerity as you look at it. She's not hard to get. She just has good intuition and don't want to waste time to the things that's not for her.
Thank you, Joyce, for having the courage to share your story with us. For the latest on Joyce, follow her on Instagram. See the link in the description. If you enjoyed meeting her, like the video and subscribe to meet more people from around the world. If you'd like to share your story with Citizens of Soul, apply at citizensofsoul.com.